Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching. Coming up in the next half hour, early voting is here, and there are 11 voting centers throughout the county where you can cast your vote. Plus, thousands attend the World of Montgomery Festival at Montgomery College. And later, local chefs prepare dishes for the No Waste, Big Waste cooking competition. But first, County Executive Ike Leggett announced the official activation of 2 advanced microgrids for the public safety headquarters and the correctional facility. The on-site microgrids are clean power generation systems, which permit both facilities to operate independently in the event of a major power outage. It is the 9th solar project completed in the county. Now the public safety headquarters in Gaithersburg and the correctional facility in Boyds will operate on renewable energy.
The activation of the microgrid system ensures that our public safety headquarters and our correctional facility are prepared for an emergency of widespread grid outages. We have the resilient and sustainable energy necessary to keep these 2 facilities operational while helping to achieve our aggressive greenhouse gas reduction goals. I'm proud of the work that Montgomery County has done and continues to do on this and other facilities around the county. Key facilities to operate independently of the power grid.
The project was completed through a public-private partnership with Schneider Electric and Duke Energy Renewables, with no upfront costs for the county.
These are nevertheless precedent-setting projects and great achievements for which Montgomery County and the residents of the county should be proud. This particular facility is a 400,000 square foot building that will be running and operating independent of the power grid and be able to survive and sustain power outages for long periods of time. Also, not here, but up the county just a couple of miles is the Montgomery County Correctional Facility, where we have over about 1,000 residents. Rob, is that correct? Plus 1,000 beds, all right? And staff, it's like a small town. And that's what's exciting about these projects, is that they are not only a benefit to Montgomery County residents, but set an example for other municipalities and jurisdictions to follow.
The on-site power generation at these 2 sites is anticipated to reduce greenhouse gas emissions equal to removing more than 1,400 cars from the road or planting 178,000 new trees. Election Day is just a few days away, and the Montgomery County Board of Elections is preparing for a historic voter turnout. If you don't want to wait in long lines, you can vote early. And to talk a bit more about the early voting opportunity, joining us in the studio is Dr. Gilberto Zelaya from the Board of Elections. Dr. Zelaya, what can voters expect during early voting?
So, welcome Montgomery County voters. Early voting starts Thursday, October 25th through Thursday, November 1st, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Visit our website for locations and wait time. Please bring your sample ballot. Read, review, and pre-mark your sample ballot. It is a 5-page ballot. In addition, individuals who didn't register before the deadline can register during same-day registration at our 11 early voting locations. Please bring a Maryland ID, driver's license permit, or proof of residency.
Thank you for being here, Dr. Zelaya. And for all information related to voting, visit 777vote.org or call 240-777-VOTE. Federal, state, and local officials participated in the official groundbreaking ceremony of Viva White Oak, a mixed-use community developed adjacent to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration headquarters. Viva White Oak is a joint venture between Montgomery County and Global Lifesite Development Corporation.
We're thrilled that the FDA's footprint here in Montgomery County is going to double in size, and that the White Oak campus will grow to nearly 18,000 scientists and administrators, which is just terrific. Today we're celebrating that the FDA will be serving as the anchor for this entire project, which includes far more than just the FDA. A $3.2 billion, 12 million square foot development here known as Viva White Oak which will combine a town center, research and academic facilities with residential and commercial space. Viva White Oak is a game-changing, transformative, multifaceted project with innovation at its very core.
Once completed, the 300-acre White Oak campus is expected to help transform East County into an epicenter for life sciences and global health. And County Executive Ike Leggett also joined state and local officials for another groundbreaking, that of Park Rattlin, a community of 19 luxury townhomes designed for senior living in Durwood.
This project, which captures some of the more delicate challenges we've had in Montgomery County, that is to make certain that people can in fact age in place. We initiated this legislation 4 years ago. And now to see a project, 19 townhouses, utilizing the entire concept of a design for life completely built. That's a remarkable transition for us in Montgomery County. And here's why. We have large numbers of people in Montgomery County who are aging. Montgomery County is one of the oldest communities in the entire Washington area. We have veterans, and I'm a veteran, many veterans who need help and support.
The units are designed featuring zero-step entries, elevators, wider doors, and custom bath and kitchen options for older adults. Coming up on County Report this week, we'll tell you how the county is working to bring cost-effective broadband service to commercial spaces. And there is a new program to teach kids how to handle cash. We'll see what that's all about when County Report this week returns.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC 311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Montgomery County has 15 commercial broadband providers, but many are not able to cost-effectively serve tenants in commercial office buildings. To work on that solution, the county hosted a Broadband Summit at MC's Bioscience Education Center. Antoinette Crosby has more.
Montgomery County brought together leaders in property management, broadband services, and key business sectors to discuss how to improve access to high-speed broadband networks in commercial buildings.
Everything relies on technology and specifically communications. It's important for us to ensure that we have that fiber connectivity and that planning, that infrastructure planning in place for all of these other scalable solutions that I am a direct customer of to happen.
From a security standpoint, tenants needing multiple routes and backup providers in case something goes down. So I think we'll continue to see that become more of a priority for tenants as they look at where to office.
At the Montgomery County Broadband Summit, Council President Hans Reamer and County Executive Ike Leggett highlighted how the county's Ultra Montgomery program is working to help businesses get the broadband they need.
And that's what today's summit is really about, ensuring that we know where the market is going and that the county government and the private sector are working together to really succeed.
We are designing the county-funded new road in Viva White Oak development to include fiber and conduit so that the new office tenants can get diversity routed broadband from 4 to 8 service providers in days instead of weeks.
That's what companies like Kyogen, located in Germantown, want to hear.
We've had to engage our providers and we've had to do multi-site contracts in order to get them on site at our locations. But I think we need to do more by getting them to come to us instead of us trying to find creative ways to get to them.
The key takeaway from the Broadband Summit is that everyone, government, network providers, commercial building owners, and developers can be doing more to work together through building codes, industry standards, and better planning. to bring better broadband to buildings and keep moving Montgomery County forward. Anquinette Crosby for County Report This Week.
In an age of credit cards, internet banking, and online shopping, young people aren't regularly exposed to people who buy products with cold hard cash. That can make it difficult to understand the value of money and how to manage your debt. But a new program here in Montgomery County is designed to give kids skill to manage those choices. Susan Kennedy has more.
Paying an electric bill, purchasing insurance,
They'll be primarily focused on auto insurance.
and setting up a bank account. Those are just a few of the life lessons 12,000 Montgomery County 7th graders will learn this year as part of a new experience through Junior Achievement. Finance Park is located on the campus of Thomas Edison High School in Wheaton, and this interactive supercenter is officially open for business.
Impetus of doing this is since 2008 with the financial crisis, there was a wake-up call for this country and Montgomery County as well, that young people needed to graduate with a fundamental understanding of personal finance. It's the one thing we really all have in common.
I was researching a county council member and I chose you.
Councilmember Craig Rice advocated for the financial literacy program after visiting a similar campus in Virginia.
The only way that we're able to conquer a lot of the challenges and stuff that we see is by us working together.
He says this public-private partnership will provide MCPS students with experience in making real-life financial decisions you can't put a price on.
When it comes to our students and making sure that they understand what it means to be financially sound and what those decisions will then empower them to be able to do.
Hey John, what do you know about paying bills?
Dad, it basically helps you keep your house.
As we look to our students to be the next entrepreneurs, the next business leaders, those kinds of things are oftentimes coupled with financial literacy. And so to be able to have those things is ensuring that our students have all of those opportunities that are afforded to them.
I mean, all these kids interact with these appliances in their homes every day, but maybe they don't stop.
Pepco is one of the partners featured at Finance Park. When students visit this storefront, they get an education on how to keep tabs on the electricity they would use on a daily basis as a homeowner.
Sure, it's about managing your utility bills and your at-home energy costs.
We're going to start in the living room, so go ahead and try to turn off the TV.
Turn the TV off, turn the lamp off when you leave the room. Little things that they can do to help their parents and hopefully grow into be adults that are responsible energy consumers.
These MCPS students visited Prince George's County's program last year and told us the experience was a wake-up call.
I thought that making $100,000 a year was a lot of money and that would be enough to pay the mortgage and the bills and your taxes and support a child. But I actually found out that it's hard to budget when you actually want to pay for things that you want, like cars and clothes, but you actually end up having to pay for daycare and your mortgage. And I really did not think that it was going to be like that.
It was a very hands-on activity, so we could kind of experience some of the things like as of like having a credit card that we wouldn't be able to experience like as kids in middle school. And it opened my eyes to like think obstacles that we might have in our life later on.
Hi, I'm Yasmin Youssef, and I'm in the 8th grade, and I currently go to Lower Green Middle School. We learned that this experience is supposed to help us maintain and create a budget, and I was married with 3 kids, and budgeting was very hard that day.
Maryland Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford was on hand for the grand opening of this innovative endeavor.
You know, the partnership with county schools, you know, has made it so that now these kids can learn of new ideas, innovative ideas, thinking outside the box.
Ideas that give young people the power to control the outcome of their lives. In Wheaton, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
How do you turn a parking lot into a place? Montgomery Planning partnered with the Better Block Foundation, Randolph Hills Civic Association, and Montgomery Parks to create a true pop-up park in White Flint. Montgomery Planning was there to capture the event.
I'm really
really excited to see how people have responded to this event. We have got just hundreds of people out here. They all look like they're having a great time. It's great to see the kids running around, and the parents, the adults all seem like they're having fun too. It's really exciting to see this place is transformed almost overnight.
It is so exciting. The turnout is fantastic. People are having a great time. There are all sorts of activities, and we're seeing people from the Randolph Hills neighborhood, from other neighborhoods in White Flint. It's just an amazing event. It's great.
Unless you're in the business of designing and planning, if you're not a landscape architect or an architect, it's hard to visualize what places can be. So when you come into this place, there's just this energy here. There's a mix of different events and activities that make this a place you want to be.
One of the things we wanted to try to do is make this a place of not just where you come home and go to bed at night and then go back to work in Washington or Baltimore or whatever, but a place where you can come to and it's a destination and you want to meet your friends and you get together. So that was that's the main reason that I put the effort in I've put. But I haven't put half the effort in a lot of other people have, so it's been wonderful.
This is amazing. This is what we're supposed to do, making sure that we have events that get community together and activate places like we're doing right now in the Randolph Hills Shopping Center. I'm very proud of the planning department, the parks department, the Randolph Hills Civic Association. I mean, you don't do these things unless you have everybody involved, and this is Montgomery County at its best.
From the candy to the costumes, Halloween is always a fun time of year for the young and the young at heart. It's also a night to take some safety precautions. For one, make sure your porch light is on and clear of debris from your yard that children might trip on. If you're a parent or guardian with children trick-or-treating on Halloween, make sure an adult or responsible older sibling goes out with them. If you have older children trick-or-treating, make sure they travel in a group. Carry a cell phone and discuss the route and when they will be home. Everyone should carry a flashlight and stick to neighborhoods that you are already familiar with. Finally, motorists should use extra caution on Halloween night. It's dark and there will be a lot of children out and about, so slow down and take your time getting around. Stay safe and have a happy Halloween. Coming up on County Report this week, once again, the World of Montgomery Festival celebrated our county's diversity at the Montgomery College Rockville campus. And the City of Takoma Park hosts a community forum dedicated to the city's youth. Stay with us. County Report this week. We'll be right back.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Montgomery County residents got to light up the afternoon at the World of Montgomery Festival. MCTV's Jacob Ellers has the story.
Despite a cold and windy day, many came to enjoy the various cultures hosted this year at the World of Montgomery Festival at the Rockville campus of Montgomery College.
We just heard about this from the website and we decided to come in, and this is great.
I've been coming to the World of Montgomery Festival for the last several years. I love it. This is one of my favorite days of the year.
The festival included performances, a parade, food, and tents that showcase some of the cultures from around the world here in Montgomery County. The theme this year was light, and the international exhibits had light-related activities and traditions from 11 countries including Iraq, Turkey, and South Korea.
We use light to celebrate, and they create a beautiful big
lentils, and they put actually lights in there, and then it puts onto the air. So and then they make wishes.
To go along with the theme this year, County Executive Ike Leggett and Executive Director of the Kid Museum Kara Lesser were presented with a lantern as a gift from the Middle Eastern Advisory Group during the welcoming ceremony. This is the fourth time that Montgomery College hosted the event.
We are very fortunate to live in what is probably the most diverse county in the nation, if certainly not the most diverse up there in the top 3 or the top 5. So this rich diversity of people from all over the world coming together to share their cultures, share their way of life, share their values with one another is a really exciting day.
For County Report this week in Rockville, I'm Jacob Ehlers.
The NAACP Parents Council held its annual kickoff meeting on October 22nd. The event brought parents and MCPS staff together to discuss and share ideas on how to deepen relationships and foster collaboration between schools and families.
The NAACP Parents Council of Montgomery County welcomed parents, MCPS staff, and the community to its annual kickoff at Richard Montgomery High School. The event is designed to share ideas for cultivating parent engagement and supporting and empowering minority students.
This is an effort to bring communities together to talk about important things around education. There's nothing more powerful than parents and guardians helping and advocating for the students in this school system.
What they're doing here today with excellence in education and cultural diversity, making sure we merge the two and that everyone's represented in our educational system, that's important to me as a parent and as a person in the community. I believe that if everyone is looked after, if everyone is considered, then we all rise together.
Keynote speaker Catherine Lehman, chair of the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights, addressed the crowd about the importance of confronting every form of discrimination in our society.
We, as a community, need to continue our work to make sure that all of our children live the equity that our nation's civil rights laws promise them.
Attendees also participated in breakout sessions and a community resource fair.
Honestly speaking, I think the more parents that are involved and engaged, the better the system is. You can't improve the system if you're not engaged in the system. So finding out about programs and building relationships with folks who are part of these organizations is only beneficial.
We really want to empower parents with knowledge and information that they can then take back to their schools. We want everyone to win. We want every student to be successful.
Whether you're an administrator, a parent, a teacher, whatever your role is, continue to advocate for these students because they really need your support. So continue to be involved in their process, make them feel loved, and that will go a long way.
The Takoma Park Youth Council recently held their first youth town hall meeting with members of the community and elected officials at the Takoma Park Community Center. Takoma Park City TV talked to some of the members about their experience on the council and their thoughts on the meeting.
It's been a great experience. The first year of the Youth Council, obviously, it was going to be a little different than I expect the years afterwards will be. There was a lot to do with communicating and connecting, really getting our name out there, so that was a lot of our focus. But we also did do a few things. We took some actions on Takoma Junction. We released a statement on that. We also released a statement on single-use plastic straws. And then we just had our first youth town hall.
It's been pretty cool to see especially the small group discussions and to have students interact with elected officials and stuff like that to learn more about each other. And I think next year I want to focus more on policy and things in the Takoma government, even the county government, that we can lobby to change, because I'm sure there's stuff that specific policy things and programs that we can work on that can help the youth of Takoma.
And as a smaller group, people are more confident in asking their questions, and I think it makes it more of a personal experience So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I liked the conversations we were having.
All of our speakers were wonderful, and I think I learned things about what opportunities there are for me, and I think our guests also learned things.
I think we learned more about the interactions between youth and government and hopefully strengthened them a little bit. I hope people know the faces of those representing them, whether that be, at protests or in the state delegate house.
I've loved being on the Youth Council for the first year, and I hope to be on it again next year, and I'm really excited for everything that we will accomplish. But it's a really great experience. You get to learn a lot about Takoma Park and really get to play a role in how our community runs.
Coming up on County Report this week, local chefs gather in a cook-off focused on eradicating hunger in our community. Plus, do you have confidential papers that need to be discarded? Well, the next paper shredding event is coming up. We'll tell you when. We'll be right back.
Vote between October 25th and November 1st at one of Montgomery County's early voting centers. Visit 777vote.org to find voting hours and locations. Choose the most convenient location by checking the website for updated wait times. During early voting, same-day voter registration is available. To make sure your vote is counted, bring Maryland ID with you to make the process easy. Remember, your time, your voice, your vote.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Manna Food Center's Community Food Rescue Week has come to an end, but not without a little friendly cooking competition. My MC Media has a story.
Manna Food Center's Community Food Rescue Week has come to an end, but not without a little friendly cooking competition. Local chefs are preparing dishes using ingredients from what Manna calls ugly produce, or foods deemed as unsellable and if not rescued could have ended up in the landfill. The idea behind this No Waste Big Taste cook-off is to educate the community on ways to prepare food that would go to waste.
We have 63,000 folks in Montgomery County who don't always know where their next meal is coming from. One strategy is to waste less food that we can share with our hungry neighbors.
In a series of events that lasted all week long, Manna partnered with other organizations and farmers to teach people the basics, like where food comes from and reading beyond the labels on food packaging that despite their expiration date, are perfectly fine to consume. This finale event is all about preventing food waste.
With 63,000 of our neighbors not sure where their next meal is coming from, with so many low-income kids in schools who are relying on school meals, we really have to use all of our ingenuity, all of our values, and our community spirit to address that through things like community food rescue.
Judges for the cooking competition include State Senator Will Smith and representatives from Shepherd's Table and the Montgomery County Coalition for the Homeless. Headquarters head chef Lenny Robinson and sous chef Bonnie Benwick, deputy food editor of the Washington Post, are this year's winners.
I'm very blessed to be involved in that. They even asked me to do it. I think it's a great cause. There's a lot of, especially going into this time of the year, it's cold, people are, and if you're not doing well, this is not a great time. It's never a great time, but, especially now in the wintertime. So hopefully that this will, generate some support and movement. So, it's a great thing.
Reporting in Silver Spring, I'm Mitty Hicks for County Report This Week.
The Montgomery County Division of Solid Waste Services offers a service for you that is both environmentally friendly and secure. On Saturday, November 3rd, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., on the grounds of Walter Johnson High School in Bethesda, you can shred and recycle your confidential papers. All types of papers, such as financial and legal documents, receipts, and tax and medical records, are acceptable. Residents can bring up to 4 paper bags or cardboard boxes for shredding, and it's available at no charge. For more information, please go to montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling or call 311. And with that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili. and thank you for watching.